Have you ever taken a nap and wondered if it might actually be harming your health? After 60, how and when you take your naps can say a lot about the state of your body and even your future well-being. This video is not just about getting more rest. It's about understanding the hidden dangers that come with certain nap habits that doctors say could actually shorten your life if you're not careful. It may sound surprising, but the latest research shows that the way you nap could be a silent signal of bigger health problems waiting to happen. In this video, we'll reveal 5 nap habits after 60 that doctors warn are especially risky. Each one may seem harmless at first, but if you're not paying attention, you could be putting yourself in harm's way without even knowing it. By the end of this video, you'll be able to spot these habits, make smarter choices, and take back control of your energy and your future. Stick with us because learning about these warning signs might not just improve your sleep, it could give you the power to add healthy years to your life, feel more energized, and stay independent much longer. Let's get started. Number 1, the nap in front of the television. It's a familiar scene in households across America. You settle into your favorite chair after lunch, turn on the television for a little background noise, and before you know it, you're dozing off in the glow of the screen. For many older adults, napping in front of the television has become almost a daily ritual, one that feels comforting, easy, and harmless. Yet, doctors and sleep specialists caution that this particular habit may carry more hidden risks than most people realize, especially for those over 60. Napping with the television on tends to be unplanned and often stretches longer than you intended. The artificial light and constant noise interfere with the natural sleep cycle, making it harder for your brain to settle into the deep, restorative stages of rest. Instead of waking up refreshed, you may come to with a stiff neck, a headache, and the lingering sense that you didn't really rest at all. Over time, these shallow naps can trick your body into thinking it's getting more sleep than it really is, leading to mounting fatigue, irritability, and trouble concentrating. Beyond the lack of quality rest, there's also the issue of what you're missing out on during these naps. While you sleep with the television on, hours slip by that could have been spent outdoors, connecting with loved ones, or enjoying a favorite hobby. For many seniors, this pattern can slowly turn into social withdrawal as more and more time is spent alone in front of the screen instead of with friends or family. Psychologists warn that too much screen time and solitary napping are linked to feelings of loneliness and even depression. There's another danger that's easy to overlook. Napping in a chair instead of a bed can raise your risk of injury. Falling asleep sitting up, especially if you have mobility issues, can make it harder to get up safely, increase stiffness, or even lead to a fall. The lack of proper support for your back and neck may leave you sore and unsteady, making it harder to enjoy the activities you love later in the day. Breaking the habit starts with awareness. Notice when you're most likely to doze off in front of the television, and try swapping that time for a short walk, a cup of tea with a neighbor, or even a quiet rest in a comfortable bed or recliner. By choosing more intentional rest, you can reclaim those lost hours and nurture both your mind and body. The goal isn't to give up comfort or relaxation, but to create healthier routines that protect your energy, your mood, and your independence. Number 2, the long unplanned nap. One of the most overlooked dangers for adults over 60 is the habit of drifting into long, unplanned naps that stretch far beyond what you intended. You may sit down in your favorite chair just to take a quick rest and wake up an hour or more later, feeling groggy, disoriented, and sometimes even more tired than when you first close your eyes. While these extended naps might seem harmless or even comforting, doctors warn that napping for long periods, especially when you didn't plan to, can actually be a sign that something deeper is happening with your health. When naps routinely last more than 30 minutes, your body enters the deeper stages of sleep that are meant for nighttime rest. This disrupts the delicate balance between your daytime energy and nighttime recovery, often making it much more difficult to get quality sleep once you finally go to bed. Over time, these long naps can erode your natural sleep cycle, leaving you in a constant state of jet lag, where days and nights blur together, and your alertness never fully recovers. Some studies have linked this pattern to an increased risk of cognitive decline, depression, and even a greater likelihood of developing heart and metabolic problems. For many seniors, the urge to nap longer than planned is not just about feeling tired. It's sometimes the first sign of an underlying medical issue, such as sleep apnea, thyroid imbalance, or even the early stages of dementia. You might find yourself unable to resist sleep in the middle of the day, dozing off during conversations, or missing out on important moments with loved ones. Because the need to sleep is so strong, family members and friends may notice changes in your mood, your ability to concentrate, or your level of interest in hobbies and social activities. What's most important is that these long, unplanned naps are rarely restorative. Instead of waking up refreshed and ready to face the day, you often feel sluggish, anxious, or a little off for hours afterward. This sense of sleep hangover can make it harder to engage in healthy habits, stay active, or even enjoy meals and time outdoors. It's a cycle that feeds on itself, making every day feel a little less bright than the one before. Doctors recommend setting a clear nap schedule and keeping naps to 20 or 30 minutes at the most, always before the mid-after afternoon. If you find yourself falling asleep for much longer or waking up confused or unsteady, don't ignore it. Keep a simple nap journal to track how often it happens and bring your concerns to your doctor. By taking charge of your nap habits, you're giving yourself the best chance to maintain mental clarity, steady mood, and overall vitality as you age. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3, the nap after a restless night. There is a strong temptation, especially as you get older, to try to catch up on missed sleep by taking a nap after a restless night. Maybe you spent hours tossing and turning, worrying about family, or dealing with aches and pains, and the next day, you just can't keep your eyes open. At first, it seems like a harmless way to recover lost energy. But doctors warn that turning daytime naps into a replacement for lost sleep can quickly become a harmful cycle. When you rely on napping to make up for poor nighttime rest, your body's internal clock, the circadian rhythm, loses its natural rhythm. Instead of gently guiding you to restful sleep at night and alertness during the day, your schedule becomes unpredictable. You might find yourself wide awake in the middle of the night, unable to fall back asleep, and then crashing during the afternoon when you should be enjoying time with family or friends. Over time, this cycle of restless nights followed by long daytime naps can throw off your hormones, disrupt your appetite, and even weaken your immune system. Many seniors describe the frustration of feeling both tired and wired at the wrong times. You may notice you're reaching for coffee late in the day, skipping meals, or feeling irritable and forgetful. These changes are not just inconvenient, they can be dangerous. Studies have shown that irregular sleep patterns increase the risk of falls, heart issues, and mental health struggles. The nap after a restless night doesn't actually pay back the sleep debt. It just kicks the problem down the road, leaving you more vulnerable in the long run. If you catch yourself using naps to fix your nighttime sleep, it's time to look at what's really getting in the way of deep restorative rest. Common culprits include anxiety, pain, medications, or underlying sleep disorders. like restless leg syndrome or sleep apnea. Talk with your doctor about these issues and don't be afraid to ask for support. Sometimes, simple changes in bedtime routine, like a warm bath, gentle stretching, or turning off screens early, can make a big difference in your ability to sleep through the night. Breaking the cycle takes patience, but every step toward a healthier sleep schedule is a step toward more energy, brighter moods, and greater independence. You deserve restful nights and joyful days, not the endless loop of tiredness that comes from trying to nap your way out of a bad night's sleep. Recognize the signs, take action, and trust that even small improvements will pay off in the quality of your days and your years. Number 4, the late afternoon nap. Many older adults find themselves nodding off in the late afternoon, especially after a big lunch or a quiet moment in front of the television. While it might feel harmless, almost like a natural part of your daily rhythm, doctors warn that regularly napping late in the day can set off a chain reaction that disrupts your entire sleep cycle. The problem with late afternoon naps is that they often make it much harder to fall asleep at night, leading to tossing, turning, and long hours staring at the ceiling. Before you know it, you've created a pattern that's difficult to break, and each day feels a little more sluggish than the one before. It's important to remember that as you age, your body's natural clock, the circadian rhythm, becomes more sensitive to changes in light, activity, and rest. Napping too late in the afternoon can throw off this internal clock, making it harder for your body to know when it's time to wind down for the night. You might notice that even after a nap, you still feel tired at dinner, only to be wide awake when it's finally time for bed. This cycle can gradually lead to chronic sleep problems, which doctors have linked to memory issues, mood swings, and even a higher risk of heart disease or stroke. The late afternoon nap can be especially tricky because it often sneaks up on you. Maybe you tell yourself you're just going to rest your eyes for a few minutes, but before you know it, an hour has passed. You wake up groggy, disoriented, and sometimes even more tired than before. This confusion, sometimes called sleep inertia, can linger well into the evening, making it even more difficult to stick to a healthy bedtime routine. If you find that you're relying on late afternoon naps to get through the day, it may be a sign that your nighttime sleep isn't as restful as it should be. Experts suggest focusing on creating a more consistent routine. Take shorter naps earlier in the day, keep your bedroom cool and dark at night, and avoid heavy meals or caffeine after lunchtime. By paying attention to these simple changes, you can help your body get the rest it truly needs and avoid falling into the trap of unhealthy nap habits that do more harm than good. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, the frequent daytime napper. Some older adults find themselves slipping into a routine of napping multiple times throughout the day, grabbing a few minutes of sleep here and there, in the hope of feeling more energized. While it might seem like a natural way to cope with tiredness, doctors warn that frequent daytime napping is often a sign that something deeper is going on, and over time, it can be a dangerous habit that brings you closer to serious health concerns. When you nap several times a day, your body never settles into a clear pattern of rest and wakefulness. Each little nap chips away at your natural energy reserves, making you feel more tired instead of less. This leads to what doctors call fragmented sleep, where neither your naps nor your nighttime rest are truly restorative. You may start to notice memory lapses, slower reaction times, and a drop in your ability to focus or make decisions. This pattern can quietly increase your risk of falls, accidents, and even hospital visits, particularly if you already deal with mobility or balance issues. Frequent daytime napping is also closely linked to certain health problems that are common in later life, such as diabetes, heart disease, and depression. Research shows that the more often you nap during the day, the higher your risk for these conditions. Sometimes the root cause is untreated sleep apnea or another sleep disorder that interrupts your rest at night, leaving you desperate for short bursts of sleep during the day just to keep going. In other cases, medications, chronic pain, or underlying infections can rob you of the deep, restorative rest your body needs to stay healthy. You might find yourself rationalizing these naps, telling yourself you're just catching up or giving your body a break. But if you find you can't get through the day without multiple naps, or if friends and family are starting to worry about your sleepiness, it's time to take a closer look. Try keeping a simple log of when you nap, how long you sleep, and how you feel afterward. This information can be invaluable for your doctor, helping them identify possible health issues and guide you toward more effective treatments or lifestyle changes. Breaking free from the cycle of frequent napping takes patience and support, but the rewards are worth it. With more predictable rest, you'll notice clearer thinking, more energy, and a greater sense of control over your days. Instead of drifting in and out of sleep, you'll be able to enjoy your favorite activities with greater attention and joy. This is your time to reclaim your health and independence, one healthy habit at a time. Final thoughts. As we wrap up today's conversation, I invite you to take a thoughtful look at your own nap habits. Which of these 5 warning signs do you see in your daily routine? Are you slipping into late afternoon naps, dozing off in front of the television, or relying on frequent daytime naps just to get through the day? It's never easy to change something as comforting as a nap, but recognizing these patterns is the first step toward better health, more energy, and a longer, more joyful life. Remember, healthy sleep is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself at any age. By choosing more intentional rest, setting boundaries around when and how you nap, and reaching out to your doctor if you notice unusual changes in your energy, you are honoring your body's wisdom and giving yourself the chance to thrive. Every small change can lead to bigger rewards, sharper memory, steadier moods, and the freedom to do the things you love most. Your years after 60 are meant to be filled with meaning, connection, and independence. Don't let unhealthy nap habits steal that from you. Trust that your efforts to care for your sleep will pay off, not just today, but for many years to come. You are worthy of deep rest and vibrant days, and it's never too late to start fresh. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.